Welcome to Dacey's Divas. Hi, I'm your host, Dacey. Today, we have a strong, compassionate, and kind diva out there making a difference. She has been on so many charities. She is a wonderful, amazing person. Close to her heart, though, this fall, Lowell General Hospital, Teamwalk Cancer Care is going to be doing a motorcycle run in her late husband's name, Timothy Bourke. Timothy was a well-known police officer here in town for more than 30 years. And please welcome this dynamic diva, Colleen Bourke. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning.
Ah, that was a mouthful. Good morning.
Good morning.
And again, I'm sorry for your great loss.
Thank you.
I heard he was an outstanding man, served here for 30 years, but we're going to talk all about him during the show. But first, let's talk a little bit about who you are, and let's tell the viewers.
Okay.
Okay. You're a Chelmsford girl.
I went to high school in Chelmsford. I was born in North Andover, but I spent my 4 years in high school in Chelmsford. I graduated Chelmsford High School, class of '88.
Yeah. You're a baby.
I know.
Yeah.
And I moved out of Chelmsford shortly after graduation and ended up in upstate New York, just outside of the Syracuse area. Mm-hmm. And, I was married, had a child. After getting divorced, my family said, come back to Massachusetts. So,
and you moved back after 20 years.
Just about 20 years.
And you're a single mom. You came back with your family, and that's so supportive, correct?
Yes.
And what do you do now, Colleen?
I work in sales.
You do?
I work for a small family-owned company in North Andover, which I love.
Like.
Yeah,
they're great. Not bad.
No,
no,
they're amazing family.
Now, do you do any? You just came back from Greece. We talked about.
I did.
Yes,
I did.
So tell me a little bit about your big trip in Greece.
You know, it's kind of funny because I love to travel. I go to Florida a lot. My family lives in Florida.
What part?
Sarasota.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes,
it's pretty
Sarasota,
there.
Venice area. I love it.
Yeah.
Hope to someday retire down there. Mm-hmm. And I have no problem flying, but I don't like flying over the ocean. Mm-hmm. Great fare.
Yeah.
So
you drive? You do fly?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was actually my first time out of the country.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Canada, but that doesn't count.
And we were talking about the Greek salads. You'll never have a Greek salad again with the feta cheese.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. The food, the
customs.
Oh my gosh. We went to a little village. One of my dear friends, her mom grew up in this little village in the
Peloponnese. Yeah.
Thank you. I was going to say my Greek.
Yeah, well, I'm Greek.
Yes.
I know a little bit about this.
Yeah,
topic.
but we're in Monomabasia. And
where is that near? Like, what were the small villages?
It was about 2 hours from Kalamata.
Yeah, yes.
Kalamata, and it's right on the water. Right. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Elephanosis. I'm not sure if you've heard of Elephanosis.
Yeah.
We went over there.
Nice.
Heathrow.
Yeah. Everybody likes Hydra, Heathrow, all those different
beautiful.
Small. But aren't the villages quaint and the churches?
The churches were amazing. Yeah. They were beautiful. The people were so nice.
Yeah.
They were like, come shop.
Oh yeah, they'll let you come into their kitchen. They don't even know you. They'll say, come sit down with me.
Oh, I know.
The coffee shops. And aren't they immaculate? Like everything, they're up in the morning sweeping everything out.
I know. And I love it. It's just relaxing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I went to a medium after Tim passed. And she kept saying, he's saying go to the tropics. And I'm like, Tim, I'm going to Florida next month. And one of my girlfriends who was not there, we recorded it, and she goes, I think he's saying go to Greece, because we had talked about it, but had no plans.
Wow.
And I said, okay, we're going to Greece. So, yeah.
There you go. Did you like the medium? I haven't done that.
Oh, it was
right on key.
Right on key.
Yeah.
Right on key.
And sometimes that's comforting too.
It was. I think when we talk about Tim and that, but I think it just, you just want to make sure your loved ones are in a good place.
And that's great. He pushed you to Greece.
Yes, he did. I know.
And you found some peace for yourself.
Yes, I did.
After that big heartache. So let's talk a little bit about Tim. Tim, like I mentioned, well-known police officer here in town. Everyone loved him.
Everybody loved him.
Here for 30 years. Timmy Bourke is Bourke. And let's talk a little bit. I love the story.
Okay.
You told me how you met.
Okay. So I get divorced. My family says move back, so I did. And I reconnected with a few high school friends. And I was at the Princeton one night with a couple of friends. Right here in Chelmsford. And I was sitting at the end of the bar with a couple friends. We were chatting, and he sits next to me which ended up being one of his coworkers. They came in after their shift to get a quick drink, and he started talking to one of my friends who is a firefighter in town. And I said, oh, you know Mike? And he's like, everybody knows Mike. And we just started talking, didn't think anything about it. We realized we had some mutual friends in common. And we met Labor Day weekend. So that was the end of July. Labor Day weekend, we were at a party at mutual friends. And at the end of the night, he goes, you want to go to the Red Sox? And I thought, that's great first date. Wasn't really looking to date, but why not? And that was the rest.
And didn't one of the friends push him on?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, my friend Sarah.
That was great.
Yeah.
You know,
so I know.
And then here you are. So you were together with him for 15 years.
It would
Almost
be
15 years.
Yep.
And then you just got married a year ago.
Yep.
Where did you get married? At the Princeton?
No, I'm surprised
you didn't get married at the Princeton. That's where you met.
We eloped in Vegas and got married by Elvis.
You did?
Yes.
Well, that's even better. We should have had that picture.
I know.
We should have had that picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. How was that? That must have been beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
5 minutes, and it's just the two of us.
You didn't bring any of your friends?
Nope.
No.
Just the two of us, Elvis and the photographer who was the witness.
Yeah. Which was great.
It was. It was awesome.
So now you, okay, so let's talk a little bit about your big heartbreak. You lost, can we post a picture of Timmy? Tim, I call him Timmy, I don't know
Everybody
why.
calls him Timmy.
Oh, good, okay, great. Here he is. That's a beautiful picture. He has a huge smile.
He's got the best smile.
And we're dedicating the show today in his memory.
Thank you.
So, Lowell General Hospital, which I've covered before with my Z-List, the Z-List, when I used to write for the paper, I've covered quite a few events for Team Walk for Cancer Care, Catwalk for Cancer. So this is beautiful. They're going to be honoring Tim and paying tribute to him at the motorcycle ride in September. We have a flyer. Here's the flyer. And it's their 10th anniversary. Now, how did they get, how did they honor Tim? So tell me that story, because I know it. It was fabulous, but let's tell the viewers.
It was really sweet. Tim, because he worked in the town, he was the town, never left. He knew a lot of people.
Grew up
in Chelmsford.
Do you have any older brothers or sisters?
No. He has a younger sister, Allison. Yeah, my sister-in-law. So I got a phone call from our friend Paul Erickson, and Paul, it was in November, I think.
Yep, I know Paul.
Great.
Yep.
And he said, Joe Erickson, his brother, and Bernie
Joe's great. Yeah,
they're amazing.
Yep. Yes.
And they just said, would it be okay if we do this year's, the 10th anniversary motorcycle run in Timmy's memory? I said, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
And he said, with my in-laws and myself, we were so grateful to keep his memory and his spirit alive.
That's all. I love that, to keep his memory and his spirit alive. And that pushes you through. Like we talked a little bit before the show, Colleen. How does that help you try to overcome that grief and that heartache and hurt and try to move gradually forward?
Okay, it is funny because his illness came pretty quickly. And I think you just go on go mode when you're caring for somebody who's, terminally ill.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it hits and you're like, oh my gosh, my life changed. But I think one thing that helped me get through, there was 4 of us from high school, and in a 5-week period, we lost a mother, father, son, and a husband.
Oh boy, awful.
So
awful.
And the messages between us were, we're here.
Grieving and
I mean, I had a dear, dear friend, Tracy, who was literally taking care of her mom, who was in a center. And she would stop at the center while working. Then go.
I think I know her. Is it Tracy Alley?
Yes.
I love her.
Oh my gosh.
I went to school with her brothers.
Oh, you did?
Mark and Michael. They were good friends. I love them.
Yeah.
And Tracy's a sweet, sweet girl.
Yeah.
I love
her mother was the best.
She just lost her mother.
She did. It was
So
her
all 4 of you. Yep.
The night of Tim's wake.
Oh. Boy.
And I think Tim and I knew Jerry well.
Yeah.
And I always think that she knew I needed Tracy and I'm just blessed.
Yeah.
My family actually primarily lives in Florida now. And I have a support of the community.
Yeah. I know some of your girlfriends, you're very supportive. And how important, that just helped you, pushed you through.
It is.
Right? But then you're there you were there for
Yeah.
her too.
Yeah.
So it all works both ways. And you need your
Absolutely.
friends, you need your
Oh, you
family,
do.
and it is so important. Tell us a little bit about, if you want to,
Sure.
about his illness. This was just like overnight.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
So, you know, in March of 2023, he was working a lot of overtimes. They were short-staffed at the department. And I was like, you know, he's tired, but, you know, he wasn't a spring chicken. You know, he's 51 and working, you know, 16 hours days, 3-4 days in a row can take a toll.
Yep.
We just thought it was exhaustion.
Right. Yeah. Which is normal.
Which is normal.
Right.
And then it was mid-April and he wasn't feeling well. This is now going on probably 3 or 4 weeks. And I said, you really need to go to the doctor.
Right. Yeah.
So we went to urgent care, got diagnosed with an upper respiratory infection on, I'm trying to remember the dates. I think it was Thursday, April 20th. And they said upper respiratory, take the 4 days off because they do 4 and 2 at the police station. And he took it off, and I remember that Sunday morning, I looked at him, I said, there is something, you need to go back. It's not, it wasn't COVID, it wasn't, I said, there's something wrong. He went into Little General, drove himself to the ER, because, well, he's a man.
Right.
And
I'm surprised he even wanted to get looked at. Half of them don't want it. That's a problem. They don't want to get looked at, and it's preventive too.
It is preventive, and I think that's the one thing I take out of this is if I can help somebody go through, not have to do the pain I went through, then I fulfilled a purpose, you know. But yeah, he drove himself in. Monday night we found out he had cancer. We thought it was treatable, but Wednesday we did a biopsy. His kidneys were failing on top of that. So
probably
because
metastasized.
and it metastasized. And
Yeah.
I had Dr. Arbin was his oncologist, who was amazing. His nurses, I can't even say enough. They were so kind, so loving, compassionate. We actually celebrated our 1-year anniversary.
I know, I saw you wrote that.
In the hospital.
And one of the nurses.
One of the nurses went out to the gift shop.
That's sweet.
Bought a card for him to sign and some candies, you know. But
that touches your heart.
It does.
Yes.
Oh, I'll never forget them. They were absolutely amazing. And yeah, so we found out Thursday, and his mom and his sister flew up from Houston, and
That's awful.
And he passed 13 days after he went in. We didn't have a chance to take him out, but he was in the best hands. He was in the best place possible.
That was
with
crazy,
the best care.
Though. Tell me about the shock that you went through. I mean,
I think I was in shock for, honestly,
for
like,
months.
For months. I didn't realize, I mean, I went through probably 6-8 months where people would say, oh no, I told you. And I'm like, you did? I don't remember. But you know what? I was 52 and a widow, and I had to work. I unfortunately, have to work.
But I think, Colleen, you're that type of girl, like I said. You're compassionate, you're strong, you need to work.
Yes.
What are you going to do? You're going to sit home, don't you think? And you can't sit there and look back at the pictures and the memories, and you're going to sit there and cry all day. So you being working and where you love,
absolutely,
I think it gets women motivated, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, I think that's what I was. I was like, all right, get out of bed. I did 1 or 2 days where I'm like,
yeah, we all do.
It's 11 o'clock, get out of bed, because that's not me. And I'm the first one. Tim and I were social. So I have to be social. And like I said, I'm blessed with, I've met new people. From him. After he passed, I have such a great network. I'm very, very blessed, and I know I'm very blessed.
You knew a lot of people. You said that they have a scholarship in his name. You have you put a scholarship in his name for Chelmsford High?
Yes, it was actually open to any Chelmsford residents.
Oh, nice.
And his friends approached me in, I think, October and said, we'd like to do this. You don't have to do a thing. And I said, that's not me. I've always jumped in. Anytime somebody had a fundraiser, I said, let me know how I can help. So I've always been that type of person. You know, I think we all have to realize we are fortunate. And you might not think it, but we all have something great in our life. And to help others, it's just something I like to do.
Oh, you're so good. Besides your support, besides work, what if women didn't have the tools? What else? Did you watch like you had the Medium?
Yes.
Did you watch any shows or religious, or what else for women to motivate themselves? What if they don't have the support? What if they don't like you? What if they had to take care of kids at home? They didn't have the
Yes.
finance. A lot of women are not financially stable, so.
Exactly. You know, I think one of the things for me was going to a grief counselor.
Oh, you did?
I did, and I'm not afraid to
Yeah, good for you.
admit it.
Yep.
And it was amazing.
best thing.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, because I didn't know how to feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody knows me. Tim was the happy-go-lucky, but so was I. You
right.
know,
Yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
you know, we were friendly, and
Yeah.
I didn't know how to, like,
Yeah.
you have to figure out how to go on, and that was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and you know, a lot of, like, Lowell General
Yeah.
had a bereavement group, and they reached out to me and said, we have support, so
That's
you know,
great.
you don't have to pay for it.
Yep, that's awesome.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now we've got the big event. I know Pat Bianco very well. He's going to be catering it. And I know Joe Erickson will be flipping the burgers.
I love it.
Tell him I said that. But they're great guys, and they get a lot of people. So them donating, Pete will flash throughout the show where people can donate.
Yes.
And it's September 21st.
September 20th.
Motorcycle ride. But if you don't have a motorcycle, you can just go and attend. Here is the flyer again.
Yep.
And it's their 10th anniversary in memory of Officer Tim Bourke. I love that. Thank you, Pete. And I had taken that bottom picture, Pete, right down
that's
there.
great.
Yes, a few
that's
years ago. I had all the police officers and NEMLIC line up, and they probably like, who's this crazy lady? And I had taken, and I sent that to Andrea Jackson, but I love that picture. That
Great.
is, and I love all that. Okay,
She's amazing.
so let's talk about a few women. Who's a role model for women in your life?
Oh, I've got a lot, but I honestly, probably my sister.
Your sister?
Yeah,
She's the
we're
one who
very-
told you come home.
Yep,
Yes, like
she's
my
the one who
sisters, yeah.
told me to come home. We lost my mother when I was 6, and she was, oh gosh, she's gonna kill me, but she was a few years older. She was a freshman in college, I think.
Uh-huh.
So she was my older sister, and then
she
my
took care of
brother, but yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So
How did your mom pass?
breast cancer.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why we have to go for our mammograms, correct?
Yes, we do.
Really? Because everything, it's so much out there nowadays. So she was your role model.
She was.
What's her name?
Patty.
Patty.
Yep.
And you're very close with her still?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she made you get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
She was
good.
like, come home.
Isn't that great?
Yep. I actually lived with her for, you know, probably 3 months until I could find a place and
Yep.
find a job.
Yeah.
I literally quit my job, sold my house, and moved back.
Good girl.
You know what?
Yeah.
I had to.
Yep.
It was the right thing.
It was fate, too.
It was fate.
It was fate that you met Tim. It's sad
Oh.
what happened, but it was fate that you came and you had great years, correct?
Oh, we did.
What's the best memory you have of him?
Oh, there's so many. Honestly, probably getting married in Vegas.
Vegas?
Yeah.
You had a lot of laughs.
We had a lot of laughs.
Yep.
A lot of laughs. And our trips to Florida,
Yeah.
we always would go down.
Yeah. And you really got along together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 2 peas in a pod.
We were 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you just, you had a beautiful new home that
Yep.
you renovated.
We renovated.
Together.
Yes.
And we talked about we love our homes.
Yes.
Right?
We do.
You
They're
find
safe-
comfort in your
yeah,
home.
Safe spot.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
have a lot of good memories there.
Yes. And we actually bought his mother's house.
Yeah, which is
his
nice.
grandparents built in 52. So,
And it's a beautiful street. I know the street very
yes.
well.
Yep. Love my house.
Aw.
Yeah.
Colleen, you are just really are a tremendous woman.
Thank you.
Really, you got everything going for yourself.
Yep.
And you're so positive, considering. You
I
know,
think you have
which is
to.
great. What if you had a magic wand? What would you wish for the young women out there today in this type of an environment?
Oh, boy. I would honestly say stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you have each other.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, if there's something bothering you, you have to speak to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
Don't hold anything back.
Do you have? That's great advice. Do you have any hobbies? Do you do anything? Hobbies that?
I do. I used to do scrapbooking a lot. I don't do that anymore.
What was it?
Scrapbooking.
What is that?
It was just putting photos in albums. That was like,
Really?
yeah.
I have a ton of them. I'll give them to you.
I know, right?
Nowadays, it's the books.
Well,
I
the
don't know
books.
how to do the books. I send them to my nieces. Well, Pete knows. I'm not the best computer. So I'll say, okay, my trip when I was in Greece last
Yep.
year, they make the nice books. When I was in Paris, like Greece,
Yes.
you got to make those books.
I know. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to do it online.
Go do them online.
But my high school group of friends, we do crafting.
Crafting?
Yeah, we'll go to Board and Brush up in Amherst, New Hampshire, and paint our signs or
Yeah.
pottery or whatever. Yeah, we
You know
keep
what?
ourselves busy.
You should do something like at the Elks. You remember
that's a
there?
great
you could
idea.
do it in Tim's name and
Yes.
memory. I'd go. Like you could do an art class or or pottery. Or,
Oh, yeah.
You would have a bunch of women over.
I know. That's a
And all
great
for
idea.
Yeah, and all for a great cause.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Okay.
All right.
Deal.
All right, we're wrapping up soon. What else? Do you like to cook?
No, all my friends know that I don't cook.
You don't cook?
Nope.
I'm surprised. You do everything else.
Tim was my cook.
He was your cook?
Tim was my cook.
What was his specialty?
He loved to grill, so we're big on.
My dad was the same.
Yeah, yeah. Tim took care of me that way.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky that my friends who love to cook,
when
they have big meals for the family,
Yeah.
they make me a little side dish and bring it over.
Bring it over. Did you do you grill, or did you take the cover off?
Yes, I did.
Good.
I,
Good.
I remember the first time I was out with a glass of wine and some steak tips. I'm like, I'm gonna grill it by myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only burnt
But it's
two.
good memories.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
No.
Ah, so any other trips? You gonna go back to Greece?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to go back to Greece.
Florida? Don't you love Florida?
Yes, I'll go back to Florida. Nashville, I think I'm going to go in October.
Really?
My niece lives in Nashville.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, I'm dog sitting.
Is this Patty's daughter?
Yeah, Patty's daughter.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm dog sitting too. I'm dog sitting for my sister's dog this week,
Yep.
Zeus. And then when they went to Greece, I've been babysitting him, dog sitting, and I just love it though. You know?
Yeah, and she's right in Nashville, so it's
that's
like 5
awesome.
minutes to downtown.
That's great.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Oh, she's going to kill me. 40? Yeah, 40.
Wow, she's an older girl. Older.
Yeah, I'm actually closer in age to my niece than my own sister.
Really?
Only
Wow.
by like 7 months, but.
But does she work in Nashville?
Yep. She works for, she's a associate professor
Wow.
for
She's got a big job.
Vanderbilt University.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
and 2 kids.
Yeah.
And it's their fall break, so they're going away. And she's like, want to come babysit? And I'm like, it's Nashville, of course.
You'll have a ball.
I will.
Get your cowboy boots.
I
I'm
know.
sure you got so many girlfriends.
yeah.
You can get borrow a pair, right?
Yeah.
Little mini skirt. You'll be all dolled up. Cowboy hat and Nashville. I haven't been to Nashville. People really love it. I have a friend that just got married there, so it's.
I
really-
went in November for the first time.
Yeah.
It was
did?
great. Yeah.
It was great.
I spent it with my niece and my sister.
Oh,
Yep.
which is good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, we're wrapping up. So where do we go from here?
Honestly, I think it's supporting Lowell General and come out to the fundraiser if you can.
Yes.
It's
September 21st.
21st. Rain date is the next Saturday. It's $20 for luncheon, $35 for riders, and $20 per passenger. We have a great raffle going on. It's tickets to all 4 major sports
Did you make the
teams.
baskets?
I'm still making some baskets,
Okay.
so if anybody has anything they would like to donate, let me know.
Not to interrupt. What was the 4 teams you said?
All 4 major sports teams. So the Red Sox, Celtics,
Wow.
world champion
Yeah.
Celtics, and
That's
the
right.
Patriots, and $500 Visa card. It's $20 in entry,
Wow.
and that's one grand prize, and
That's great.
that's great.
And so if it rains, it's the following
It's
Saturday.
the following Saturday.
Okay. And motorcycle, then they come back and there's a great luncheon. And people can have the luncheon.
Yep.
Even if you didn't ride.
Right.
And anybody can just go enjoy the day.
Yep,
It's a great day.
$20
Yes.
for lunch.
Which is perfect.
Yep, and there'll be raffles, entertainment.
Yeah.
That's a great day.
Awesome. Well, Colleen, is there anything else you would like to say?
I think that's it.
I wanted to thank you. You're a true diva. Thank you for so much making a difference. I have to give you my traditional Godiva chocolate for the diva in you.
I love good.
And keep on staying strong, girl.
Thank you.
Motivating and inspiring us.
Thank you.
I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate
Dacey.
you coming on today.
Thank you, of course. Thank you
And
for having me.
if anyone knows a diva like Colleen Bourke, please, you can reach out to us. Don't forget, September 21st, and we will see you there. Thank you for watching Dacey's Divas, and I will see you soon.